Hello, guys. Welcome to the episode 2 of our ComfyUI series. And today we will talk about ComfyUI and the interface itself and the folder structure. It won't be such an exciting episode because we will be talking mostly about the structure and we will not be generating anything. I believe it's important to learn how to navigate the interface first and how to successfully know where to find things. Because I learned the hard way when I started to learn Photoshop. I basically just jumped into it because I had this project in mind that I needed to do very quickly. So like without knowing the interface very much, I started to work with it, and I worked before in like editing tools and image editing tools, but man, like nothing is like Photoshop. That is a beast. And it was very painful not knowing like the basics, like where to find things, where to find certain elements that you need to work with. So that's why I decided to dedicate our second episode to ComfyUI and just looking around the interface and showing you guys where you can find important parts of ComfyUI that you will need to be able to successfully running things and moving forward with this experience. So when we open ComfyUI, I hope that you have the new version, which is this one that you can see. The old version, I'll find an image of it. It looks something like this. If you have this, please upgrade because or you don't have to. You do whatever you want. But your life will be much easier if you have this new version of ComfyUI. So if you do, you will have something called Manager. It's generally here at the top of your ComfyUI, and it's a really important part to have the Manager. I believe that with the new, if you are installing ComfyUI recently, you will have it already in the install. When I was installing ComfyUI like a few months ago, you had to install it separately. But I heard that someone was saying that it's already included. So this first field is basically about caching. So you can either choose one-day cache, local, or channel remote. I never really worried about this that much until I started to look into what it actually means. It basically like what I found. It like please correct me if I'm wrong, but as I understand it, it basically caches the list of the custom nodes and information for one day. What I found on the ConfigUI manager website, it basically says that channel one day cache utilizes channel cache information with a validity period of one day to quickly display the list. I believe that the list, they mean the list of the custom nodes. Then you have the local option, which uses information stored locally in ConfigUI Manager. And they recommend this option for custom node developers. They should use this mode when registering their nodes. And then we have channel remote, retrieves information from the remote channel, always displaying the latest list. So I basically have this always set to one day. Like if you want to try the other settings, but I don't think it will make any difference, to be honest, unless probably there is some update. There's just some custom node released, but then you can probably update your config and it will be all good. So then we have the option of channel. So basically what this setting means, it refers to your custom nodes and what custom nodes you will see. So with default, you basically see all the custom nodes. So if we have a look into the custom node manager, we have over 2000 nodes here. And if we then switch the channel to recent, you will just see the recent custom nodes. And you can also have a look at legacy nodes. And then with forked, I'm not really sure exactly. It's probably when someone forked a node and created a new one. I'm not Not sure that well about this option. We have dev. I've seen that a lot of people had some issues with dev, and I think it's you use it only when you develop custom nodes. I haven't looked into developing custom nodes, but for like normal use, I always have it on default. Like it doesn't make that much difference. I think the recent is interesting because you can have a look what is new, and you can sometimes find really interesting things in a new nodes if you have the time to explore it. But for general use, I just keep it on recent. And this preview method, basically, you can use it to see an image while it is being generated. So if you have it on none, you will just see the image once it's generated. It is the fastest method because when the image is being shown while it's being generated, it also takes time from the generation, so it's a bit slower. But if you are on a good GPU, it really doesn't matter as much. Like it doesn't with images. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it with video, so there might be some difference in the speed. But I generally have it either switched off or I have it on the fast method, depending on what I'm doing. And you will see the image here in the case sampler. So as the image is being generated, you will start seeing the outlines, and then it will be a more focused. It's good, for example, like I have it switched on when I do for example image to image, or when I use control nets, because with those I sometimes need to run the a few iterations that I'm not getting what I want. So it's only like for me it's only good for that if you see that you suddenly you don't want the image, you don't want the image to keep generating because there is just elements that you don't want in there. You can just switch the generation. So you switch it over here by the queue, and it stops being generated. Then you can rerun it, and it will start creating new image. So that's basically what I use it for. But we will see that, like we will see it in later in later episodes, because it's something that you use like readily when you generate. I haven't really tried this. I don't know even how to pronounce it. Taste. And the auto, I generally have it switched off or on the fast one, but you can play with it. Again, like this is really up to you guys how you want to work with ComfyUI. You just need to know where to find things, and then you can experiment with it and decide what works for you. Then we have here the option about default UI. I always have it on none. I've tried these options. I don't see any difference. I tried to find it, but in the documentation, it's not very clear. But honestly, I don't think it really matters as much. Now this share option, what I've seen, you can basically share your workflows on different platforms. Again, I haven't used this option, but what I've read about it is that you basically then need to create an account on that platform where you want to share it, and it then should be quite self-explanatory. But if you want to have a look at it, let me know. Though I never needed this like for just running ComfyUI. Though for you who want to share the workflow, for example, on OpenArt AI, which actually has been doing pretty well. Like I think this platform has really good traction. I'm not using it that much, but or not at all. But I sometimes go there to check like their workflows that people upload there, because you can sometimes find some interesting things on OpenArt AI. And maybe we should do an episode where we go like through different places where we can find information that we can need for our learning, and where we can find interesting workflows. Like this component, I have it again always on use workflow version. What I would guess this means is that you basically, if there is a higher version of a node that you have in your workflow, you would use higher version. I really leave these generally settings as they were, because once you start fiddling with things, I'm finding that with ComfyUI things start breaking. Mostly when it comes to like once you have more custom nodes installed, like I had to basically clear my config twice, like the folders, because I just had some dependency issues, and it was really unclear from the errors what's going on. So it was easier just to clear all the custom nodes and just install the ones that I need. But it's just a side note that hopefully these things are gonna change. But like the AI scene and the kind of scene we are in right now, it's a bit wild west still, mostly the open source. So you are sometimes coming across issues that and errors that sometimes take a while to resolve. And this double click again, I have it on this copy all connections. Now we have this snapshot manager, and it's actually quite handy thing. I haven't really noticed it until recently that the option is here. So basically, what you can do, you can save a snapshot of your config environment at this time. So if you press save snapshot, it will, yeah, it will create the snapshot for you. And what you can do, for example, if you run an update of config and something breaks, basically it becomes unstable or whatever, suddenly your workflow stop working, you can restore a previous version that you save. So I think it's always good to make a snapshot before you update config, in case you need to revert to the previous version. So with these install pip packages, you basically can install through pip here. I never, like if I need to install like pip install, I always go to the command line. So I wouldn't really worry about this option unless again like there is some use case that needs it. And with the unload models, you can basically unload models that been loaded in config. And then we go to the most exciting part, finally, which is the custom nodes. So the custom nodes, they are nodes that you use in different workflows. They are built by different people, and they are basically user created or third party extensions that add functionality beyond the built-in nodes. So as we know, the config uses node-based workflow, which means that pretty much everything happens through the interconnected nodes. Pretty much every custom node has their own GitHub page. I generally like, if I'm installing any new custom nodes, I go to the GitHub and have a look if I can find any information about it. Mostly because some of them are easy to install, but some of them have like they have different steps that you have to do. But with the most like common custom nodes, you should be able to just install it through the manager. So if you go to custom nodes manager, you can basically see here all the custom nodes that are available for you right now to install and add into your workflow. You will end up, at least at the beginning, you will end up installing the custom nodes according to the workflows that you load, because most of those custom nodes, they've already pre-designed workflows, default workflows for you to test them. And then once you understand them or understand how the workflow works for those, you can add them into your existing workflows, extend on workflows, so you can then like use the knowledge and expand on it and create your own workflows. So I will actually show you how it works in real life. So I will find some workflow that I know doesn't have any. I have no custom nodes, or I'm missing custom nodes for those. So I have here this upload LoRa's workflow. I actually have no idea what this is or what I was using it for. But probably I wasn't, because as you can see, I don't have any custom. I am missing some custom nodes. So whenever you load your workflow, you can either load it from here, which is your workflow folder. So anytime you bring a workflow into your config or you create a workflow and you save it, it saves into your workflow folder. And you can also add your own folders where you can group workflows that are from the same model or the way you want. Basically, it's up to you how you decide to store them, and as long as you know where they are and you can find them, do it anyhow you want. um, okay, but we are now talking about custom nodes. So we can see that in this workflow we're missing these nodes, and you will always see it. Basically, anytime you import a workflow, you will get a message that you're missing certain custom nodes if you are missing some, and in your workflow they will be marked red like this. You cannot not see it. That was like a double negative. Not sure if it was very correct English wise, but you know what I mean. So what you do, we need these custom nodes for us to work. So we go to manager, we go to install missing custom nodes, we wait, and here we can see the custom nodes that we are missing. As you can see, this config studio has some problem. I'm not sure, I've never used this node. So probably it's for, okay, so it's for SD 1.5 and SD XL, which are the models that I don't really use much. So anytime you find these kind of issues, you either decide for a different node to use, or just Google it to find out like if people had issues with it, and or if it will be okay to use it, or you can just install it and see. I find that a lot of things in the world of technology are trial and error, so we just have to persevere and always expect debugging and errors. But okay, we should be fine right now. So simplest thing to do, okay, you press install button, and here you can choose what version you need. So you can either choose nightly, latest, or any other version of the custom node. Like there might be some use cases where you need older versions, but it will be very dependent on the custom node you're using and what you basically find out on the GitHub page or from other users. But otherwise, just install nightly or latest, and everything should be fine. And you wait. Okay, we got restart. So press restart. We wait a bit more. After it restarts, we refresh our browser. After we do it, we can see that we have our nodes installed. We are still missing this one, but I'm not gonna install it because there was some red message. I just wanted to show you how to install custom nodes, because that will be something that you will be doing a lot, mostly if you are testing different workflows. And in your custom nodes manager, you can basically see like all the nodes, or you can see your installed nodes, not installed nodes. Yeah, like it's self-explanatory. It's self-explanatory. So you will know how to navigate that section. Now, model manager. Okay, this is interesting one, because here you can install certain models. It's not the image generation models, but these are, for example, some upscaling models or unit models clip. I have to say that I very often forget about this section. So I think that I sometimes tend to download it from the internet and bring it into Confi rather than checking if that model is actually available in Confi. So it's really about checking if you can install it directly through Confi UI. But these will be, as I said, the kind of supportive models. But also with like with workflows, if you are using some default workflows, they will tell you in their documentation where you can find the specific model and where to install it. So they will like navigate you to this section. But we will see that like once we are building some workflows, we will go through different use cases where it will be more understandable, like how to use this. Then you can install via Git URL, so you can basically install custom node through giving it well, Git URL. Again, pretty straightforward. I don't use this. Like if I need to do that, I do it on command line. But again, give it a go. The worst thing that can happen, you will break it. Nothing worse can happen. Hopefully you won't, but hey. Okay, then we have update all, which is like, yeah, if you wanna update your config, or everything. If you want to update config, switch config, I think this is two different version. Fetch updates, like yeah, just standard things that we have with a lot of softwares. I don't even go to A1111. I never touched it. I don't want to. I ignore this button. So we have some community manual. Workflow gallery. Oh, I never looked into this. Okay, this is interesting. Ah, great. So we have actually, we have direct links to different places where we can find workflows. Okay, we will check this later on. I think this is quite interesting. Notes info. Oh yeah, we will be opening a can of worms with this. So I think you can find different information about the different custom notes. Okay, this is our ConfigUI manager explained. If something doesn't make sense or if you need anything explained more, just leave me a comment and I am more than happy to talk to you and resolve any kind of issue you have in. Then if we go back into our ConfigUI, we have, for example, settings here. I'm not gonna go through them too much. It's more about your appearance and stuff because otherwise it's gonna become more boring than it is. You can like change your look here to the light, even though I have no idea why you would do it. This is much better, but. And then what we have here is this Q button. You can move it around if you want. You can even move it to the top. But I somehow prefer to have it at the bottom because I've been having it there for so long that I know where it is. And this is basically use it when you want to run your generation. And then you can see here at the top what the config is processing. You can also see it on your command line. And once the generation is done, you will see idle. And this is probably the most exciting update that there was to this new platform from the old version of ConfigUI, that we can see our queue. Once you run the sessions, you will be able to see your generated images here, how it if it's processing, what is processing. You can see your node library. So these are all your nodes that you have installed. You have your folders. So these are your config folders where you save different models and LoRa's and VAEs and just all the files that you need to run your models or to run your workflows. You have also access to your workflows. So anytime you bring a workflow in, you can save it. It will be saved in your workflow folder. I'll show you where it is. And you can also create a new workflow. You can save your workflow, save as, export it, so that if you want to, don't know, save it somewhere else or share it with someone, you can export all the workflows. It's like every single application out there. Like this is very self-explanatory as well. And then we have here this icon at the top. You can basically see your logs, so you can see how what the config is processing. So it's basically the same what you can see on your command line. It's just in config. You can't interact with it, but if you want a quick overview, you have that option. You can also make your workflow cleaner if you want and switch up all the tabs here, all the menus. But I tend to have this on. I want to see where is everything. So this is pretty much the interface. I will then show you how to just quickly how to add nodes because so that we start doing something with the workflows. So it's very simple. You just double click on your workflow and you bring this search menu. And you can search here for any node that you have installed or the default node. So for example, if we want a case sampler, So we type KSA and we see suddenly all the K samplers that are available. I generally use this one. And if you want to delete it, you just click on it and you press delete and it's deleted. So that's how you bring basically nodes into your ComfUI. The old method was horrendous. You basically click and hold and then you add a node and you have to find it here. That's how it used to be before we switched to this wonderful new ComfUI. And also, what I didn't tell you, like in this queue, you can run multiple iterations if you want. I don't because then I get lost and confused. Story of my life. Um, but yeah, you know what? Like once you become confident, as I said, you will find your way to work with this application. I think it's sometimes good to watch other people how they do stuff and then develop your own ways. So this is basically the ComfUI interface, and I know this is probably getting too long, but I would like to do last thing and have a look into the ComfUI folder so that you know where to place the kind of models as we looked at, like the, I don't know, clips or VAEs or units. So if your workflow requires that. So in your ComfUI folder, you have your folder called models. And basically in this folder, you will be placing most of the things that you download for your workflows. So most of the models go into the checkpoints. Then you have clip, where if you are running if you are running Flux, some of the clips will go. Then you have diffusion models. Then you have, like, if you ever train LoRa's or you use LoRa's from other people, you put them here. So it's pretty simple. Like it makes sense. Like how ConfUI is built. Actually, it's pretty easy to navigate and to do things with it. The other folders that you should be aware of here is your custom nodes. So if you download any custom nodes, it will appear here. Again, it's quite easy to have an overview of what nodes you have. And then you have the output folder where you can see all the generated images. So as we actually talked about in the last episode, if you have your basic workflow, for example, and you have your save image node. So if you have that node in your workflow instead of preview image, your all the generated images or all the generated videos or whatever you do will be saved in this output folder. But you can also like save it, download it into a download folder if you want. It's generally what I do. I just keep this as a backup. And then, as I wanted to show you, so in the user folder, in the default, you have your workflows folder. So these are all your workflows, and you can create different folders here and just organize it as you want. As you can see, I'm not very organized right now here. So I'm recording this on my local machine, and when I will be running the workflows, I will run it in the cloud. So I think this is pretty much all the information you should be aware of right now, just for you to be able to navigate through ConfUI, and so that we can really start building the workflows and looking into different workflows. And I will show you things as we go along, as we keep on going through this journey. So in the next episode, we are going to have again a look at the basic stable diffusion workflow and go deeper into it. And I'll show you different things, um, and we might even try to have a look at the stable diffusion, the latest version, 3.5, because I haven't been using it that much, so it will actually make me to look into it and try it more. So this is everything for today. Thank you so much for being here and listening, and I hope to see you at the next episode. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to this channel, because you will get all the notification and it will keep me motivated to do these videos. And you can also join me on my LinkedIn. I will leave my profile in the notes. And otherwise, I'll see you at the next episode. Have a wonderful day.